Hey guys, here at osandvdxreviews.com. You're watching our video review of the Canon Powershot SD780IS digital camera. This is one of Canon's mid-range / high-end digital point-and-shoot cameras that are producing, and it comes in a mid $250 range, which is quite expensive for this type and caliber of camera. But that said, it does have a lot of great features that are built on here that we don't typically see in a point-and-shoot style camera. The Canon Powershot SD780 is something that's created out of brushed aluminum mostly. It doesn't have much plastic, so it feels really good in the hand. Has a great hefty feel and a great solid feel to it. As far as features go, we have a 12.1 megapixel camera sensor on the front, so it's pretty high in terms of megapixels. It also has a 3x optical zoom sensor that you will see in a second. So as far as zoom is concerned, there could be more done to it. The top of the device houses a xenon flash, and probably the most distinguishing feature of this product is the fact that it still retains a traditional viewfinder, whereas a lot of digital cameras these days are only using the LCD screen to zoom into subjects and be able to view it before you start filming things or taking a picture. The bottom of the device features the tripod stand, and you'll see that the product is also made in Japan. We also have a slot for the battery as well as the SD card. When the battery cover is automatically turned up, the device will automatically turn off by itself. The side of the device houses the lanyard loop. On the top of the device, we have a zoom bar, as well as a 2-stage camera starter key for the autofocus camera. We also have a power on and off button by the side. In addition, there's a microphone for picking up sound, and you have a little bit of a logo for the image stabilizer that's built into the product. More logos for the product, and on the very back of the product, of course, we have the 3-inch LCD screen. We have the traditional viewfinder, 2 LED indicators for when you're taking a picture and when it's saving the image to an SD card. We also have underneath this flap a mini HDMI cable for connecting the device to a HD television for transferring and showing off images onto your, again, television. You can also transfer video that way as well. There is also a mini USB port for taking your images and transferring into the PC or a Mac. Down below here, you have a Playback key, and this allows you to view your images that are stored onto the product. Pressing it again will allow you to take more images. The side of the product also houses the changing modes button, and you can swap between video recording to taking pictures to auto mode. And one of my biggest concern about this product is how small some of the buttons are. In particular, I found that the shifting modes from video recording to taking pictures was very hard, namely because, again, the button is just so tiny, and as a result, I found it difficult to move this little nub back and forth accurately and really fast, and I wish that Canon would have done a better job of finding a way to incorporate this feature. Another part I didn't really particularly love was the fact that the zoom sensor for the camera lens, again, is very small in terms of the nub, so it becomes a little bit uncomfortable at first to zoom in and out. Of course, it's something that you get used to with practice. The bottom of the product also houses the 5-way navigation toggle, which also take you to the self-timer, flash, and scene selection modes. Again, this is a little bit small and cramped for our taste. The bottom of the device has a display mode for allowing you to display settings on the screen and taking them out of the screen. In addition, we have a menu button for changing the menus like flash and more advanced settings. As far as performance is concerned, we found that the product performed pretty well as far as zooming in and out of subjects. The product was able to zoom in and out at a fairly decent and fast rate. Again, 3x optical zoom is a little bit limiting in this day and age where we tend to see high zoom cameras available at a cheaper price tag. But you'll see that the device does a great job of focusing into subjects, and then when you press focus again, it's going to focus pretty well and then hopefully take the picture. Again, we don't have an SD card, so it's not going to record the image. One issue that we did find that was a little bit interesting was the fact that the LCD screen seemed to be on the dimmer side of things. It seemed that the backlight was more of a pure white than really a glowing effect that we kind of look for in a traditional camera screen. As a result, under direct sunlight, we found that the screen was a little bit hard to read after taking our images. Again, in terms of performance and actual focusing into subjects and taking images, we did find that image quality was excellent, and it was easily one of the best that we've tested in this price range and also in the caliber. The smallest, however, the viewfinder, the traditional viewfinder on the top of the device is a little bit small, although again, it's nice that it's built in. A few features that I did want to bring out and note was the fact that this camera does have a built-in accelerometer, which always comes in handy. For example, when you're shooting video and you're shooting video like so, and then you go back to, you go back to a different orientation, it's automatically going to remember that. So if you're playing back your images or playing back your video, as you rotate the screen, the video or the pictures will also rotate with you on the screen. So it's kind of like an Android smartphone or an iPhone in that regard, which is very, very cool. As far as video recording goes, it's not HD quality, but it's still very, very strong. I thought the microphone was a little bit tinny, but it did pick up images quite well, and frame rates were really excellent. So overall, if you're looking for a no-frills camera that does a great job of performing most decent day-to-day tasks while having a really nice and stylized package, and having, again, really cool features and a really good build quality, then definitely go for the Canon Powershot SD780, which is definitely, again, a solid camera to consider. So thanks for watching here at osandvtxreviews.com.